Hey there, Josh. This is Steve. You asked about those H1, H2, H3 tags. Well, I mentioned it in the webinar today, why they weren't being used, or that they should be used when you're making your posts or putting your posts up on WordPress. On my screen here, I'm in my .com WordPress site just at the moment. I'm just going to create a new post, and I'm just going to show you what I'm doing. But as far as why you want to use H1, 2 and H3 tags, I'll be here for days trying to explain it to you, and I'm not an authority, so I'll give you separately a link that you can read up on if you want to about them. But basically H1 and H2 tags particularly are used by search engines and Google to be able to identify what a post is about. And it if you don't use the H1, H2 or even the H3 tags, you're going to find yourself struggling for particularly Google to rank what you're doing in terms of search engine optimization is concerned. But just briefly and quickly, I'm just going to go to add a new post right here. That's going to be the one we're going to see. I'm also already in Done For You emails in my back office, which you know what that's about. I'm going to select this one here, seeing we're going through the Olympic Games right now, so let's just choose this one. I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to stick that in there. Now that's the heading. I'm not going to do anything with that at all because, well, there's nothing I can do with it. But the magic happens down here in the editor. By the way, WordPress editor is awful. I hate it. I use a different one, but that's another story for a different day. Now, back to the Done For You emails. This is going to be the body of the email. So I'm just going to go and copy this. Oh, come on, come down there. There you go. I'm just going to copy that. And go back into here, into the WordPress editor. I'm actually using at the moment the visual section of the WordPress editor, which is fine. Control V on my PC to paste that information in there. Now what you'll notice is it goes straight into the post. There is absolutely no headings, there is nothing, just straight into the post. This won't work from an SEO point of view. You need to put headings in there. And what I'm going to do to keep it really simple is I'm just going to create my own heading by using what's existing. Whoops, okay, we're back. So I'm just going to highlight this top line here. I'm going to go into paragraph, into this drop down. I'm going to select heading. So what this has done, it's used the top sentence, if you like, as I've used it as a H1 or as a heading 1, and the Google algorithm particularly will look for that and identify it. Then I'm going to use the second sentence there, and I'll make that one a H2. And like I said, I'll give you a link separately. You can read up about these, but this is all to do with search engine optimization. If I just quickly go over to text here up on the editor, we can see that the H1 heading has been assigned to the top sentence here, and H2 has been assigned here, which is why you're seeing it here in the visual aspect. And that's it. I mean, you can use a H3 as well. H3 is a good thing to use. But look, when you're creating your own posts, you're going to have your own heading, whatever that might be. I'm just showing you the existing Done For You email as to how we're doing the heading side of it. And I could publish it, but I'm not going to publish it. I might just save it to draft. And what we need to do now is I'm just going to show you a preview there. So when you look at the post, you will have the H1 and H2 headings. You after a time you'll experiment with it and you'll tidy things up so it doesn't look so gaudy or so awful perhaps, but they are important. I'll just get rid of that. The page I was talking about is this one here. Now you can probably check that out for yourself. It's just something I looked up, googled if you like. It's basically why use why use H1 H2 tags, and this particular page popped up and this explains quite a lot, so that was very useful indeed. It explains H1 H2 H3 tags etc. quite well. So that's the use, how you use them, just briefly, and they are important. I know I should be using a picture in here, but this is just a demonstration of the H1 H2 tags. I'm not going to add the media at this point in time, so I hope that has helped a little bit, and now you can chase it down further and research that in your own time. And that's about it for me. Okay, thanks for that. Throw me any questions if you like, Joshua. Catch you later.